Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka Day. Today's Shloka is Shloka number 20 of chapter 17. Datavyam iti yaddanam
Datavyam iti yadhanam
diyate nupakarine
diyate nupakarine
deshe kale cha patre cha
deshe kale cha patre cha
taddanam satvikam smritam.
tadhanam satvikam smritam.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Datavyam,
Datavyam,
worth giving.
worth giving.
Iti,
Iti,
thus.
thus.
Yat,
Yet,
that which.
that which.
Dhanam,
Dhanam,
charity.
charity.
Diyate,
Diyate,
is given.
is given.
Anupakarine,
Anupakarini,
irrespective of return.
irrespective of return.
Deshe,
They say,
in a proper place.
in a proper place.
Kale,
Kale,
at a proper time.
at a proper time.
Cha,
Cha,
also.
also.
Patre,
Patre,
to a suitable person.
to a suitable person.
Cha,
Cha,
and.
and
Tat,
tat,
that.
that.
Dhanam,
Dhanam,
charity.
charity.
Satvikam,
Satvikam,
in the mode of goodness.
in the mode of goodness.
Smritam,
Smritam,
is considered.
is considered.
Translation. Charity given out of duty,
Charity given out of duty,
without expectation of return,
without expectation of return,
at the proper time and place,
at the proper time and place,
and to a worthy person,
and to a worthy person,
is considered to be in the mode of goodness.
is considered to be in the mode of goodness.
So, the topic is charity now. And just as Krishna has been saying about yajna, about dana and tapaha, all of them must be performed by all jivatmas. At no point in time it should be given up. Krishna says even sannyasis have to do this. And therefore, everything has to be done as a performance of duty. Prabhupada writes in the Vedic literature, charity given to a person engaged in spiritual activities is recommended. There is no recommendation for giving charity indiscriminately. That means charity should not be given for any causes except for spiritual causes. Because everything else should be taken care of by the government. Spiritual perfection is always a consideration. Therefore, charity is recommended to be given at a place of pilgrimage and at lunar or solar eclipses, or at the end of the month, or to a qualified Brahmana or a Vaishnava, or in temples. So Prabhupada is explaining clearly to us when charity should be given, to whom charity should be given. Such charities should be given without any consideration of return. Charity to the poor is sometimes given out of compassion. But if a poor man is not worth giving charity to, then there is no spiritual advancement. In other words, indiscriminate charity is not recommended in the Vedic literature. So yes, so sometimes out of compassion, we may give in charity to other organizations, institutions who may be doing very nice work for the sake of society, for the sake of the downfallen, for the sake of the downtrodden, then that is nice charity. But not all charity leads to your spiritual advancement or the person who's receiving the charity any spiritual advancement. So for us, everything is connected to Krishna. That means whatever we do or whatever we do for others should benefit us and should benefit others as well. So that is the most broadest vision of compassion, actually. Whatever we do it for others out of a sense of compassion. From another parampara. The threefold divisions of dhanam or charity are now being described. It is an act of duty to give according to one's capacity. The Bhavishya Puran states, Dhanamekam kalau yuge. In the age of Kali, giving in charity is the means for purification. The Ramayana states this too. Pragatachari pada dharma ke kali mahun ek pradhana. Yena kena bidhi dinhen dana karai kalyana. Dharma has 4 basic tenets, one amongst which is the most important in the age of Kali. Give in charity by whatever means possible. That's what the translation of that shloka is from Ramayana. The act of charity bestows many benefits. It reduces the attachment of the giver toward material objects. So that is so true. To give in charity means you are detached from your possessions. It's not easy to give in charity because you feel like, why I should give it to something I have worked hard for, it belongs to me. Of course, this is a symptom of lower consciousness. But actually giving in charity means you're not attached to your wealth or your possessions. So it reduces the attachment of the giver toward material object. It develops the attitude of service. It expands the heart and fosters the sentiment of compassion for others. Hence, most religious traditions follow the injunction of giving away 1/10 of one's earnings in charity. The Skanda Puran states, Nyayo parajita vitasya dashhamanasneha dhimataha kartavyo viniyogascha ishvara prityarthameva cha. From the wealth you have earned by rightful means, take out 1/10 and as a matter of duty, give it away in charity. That means every month we should be giving in charity to the temple. Some small amount, whatever it is, as per your circumstances. Dedicate your charity for the pleasure of God. Charity is classified as proper or improper, superior or inferior, according to the factors mentioned by Sri Krishna in this verse. When it is offered freely from the heart to worthy recipients, at the proper time and at the proper appropriate place, it is bequeathed to be in the mode of goodness. So, giving charity at the right time, at the right place, to the right people, Krishna is saying, is done in the mode of goodness. So, to be compassionate, be both caring and careful. So, His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu writes, suppose a doctor is asked to travel to an epidemic zone to treat patients. To take up such an assignment, they would need to have compassion. And their compassion needs to manifest in 2 simultaneous ways. By being caring and careful. They need to be caring. Otherwise, why would they go through all the trouble and risk of going to an infected area? And they need to be careful. Otherwise, they might become infected by the very same disease they were supposed to treat. So a similar principle applies to us when we exercise compassion in any walk of life. So even in spiritual life, when we share spiritual wisdom with others, while sharing such wisdom, we often need to associate with people who live materialistically. We need to be caring, to recognize that living in materialistic consciousness is the recipe for dissatisfaction and frustration, a dark fate that we can help them come out of. Simultaneously, we need to be careful knowing that their materialistic consciousness can infect us, thereby leading to our getting contaminated. So, depending on our own level of advancement in Krishna consciousness, we can preach to those who are not necessarily attached to the spiritual path. That demonstrates our level of compassion. But at the same time, in the name of compassion, if we continue to spend a lot of time with those who are not Krishna conscious, then you yourself may lose your Krishna consciousness. Now, of course, we all know what is possible and what is not possible for ourselves. If we are fixed up on the path of Krishna consciousness, this should not be a concern. But at the same time, we should be cautious, just like the doctor. Even while we give charity to the needy, we need to be both careful and caring. If someone is starving, we need a heart that cares. Only then will we want to offer them some help. But we also need a head that is clear enough to say, check whether they are starving because of squandering all their money on alcoholism, whether they might misuse our charity to drink further, and whether they might commit further wrongs under the influence of alcohol. So even when we give in charity to the poor, we should make sure that, actually, how can you make sure? We really don't know. But there is a risk that when we give in charity to people who we really do not know well enough, how that charity is going to be used. If it is used to purchase alcohol, that's a disaster. We've actually helped them go further away from Krishna. The act of giving in charity is to make sure people come closer to Krishna through your act of charity. But sometimes we are compelled to give charity and we really don't know how those funds are going to be used. Of course, we shouldn't live in doubt all the time. We should hope for the best. But at the same time, we have to be careful. Pertinently, the Bhagavad Gita urges us to temper whatever charitable instinct we may have by considering time, place, and circumstance. That's why giving it to the right cause at the right place for the right reasons. Such tempering essentially means a thoughtful combination of being caring and being careful. When we thus channel our compassion constructively, we can learn to help in a way that actually helps. So this is the essence of giving charity in the mode of goodness, at the right time, at the right place, for the right reasons.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.